and on Ogtv website on www.ogtv.com.ng/live. And for the latest news and reports, check us on these platforms: X at Ogun TV, Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download Ogtv app on Apple Store and Google Play Store. And now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has reiterated his administration's commitment to enhance the partnership between Nigeria and Germany. He explained that the commitment is to foster a more fruitful collaboration that benefits both nations in energy and other critical sectors for development. Speaking during a bilateral meeting with German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier at the Presidential Villa Abuja, Tinubu stressed the importance of building robust ties that benefit both nations. He underscored Nigeria's willingness to engage in international business collaborations and assured that the current economic reforms embarked upon by his administration are aimed at fostering a supportive environment for foreign investment. He further highlighted the eagerness of both Nigeria and Germany policymakers and business leaders to deepen collaboration as evident by prior engagements. President Tinubu further disclosed his government's efforts to enhance business rankings and create frameworks for mutual prosperity. He expressed optimism about strengthening both people-to-people connections and government-level facilitation of economic opportunities. Meanwhile, the German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier has commended the ongoing economic reforms in Nigeria, applauding President Bola Tinubu's leadership and citizens for their perseverance. President Steinmeier gave the commendation during a bilateral talk session by the two leaders at the Presidential Villa Abuja. The German president pledged support for the Nigerian government to further boost the nation's economy and cushion the effects of the economic challenges confronting the country. He recalled the German experience on previous economic crises and identified courage and perseverance as boosters of realizing economic transformation in any nation of the world. The federal government of Nigeria is set to receive a $500 million loan facility from the World Bank to finance the Human Capital Opportunities for Prosperity and Equity Hope project. The initiative aims to strengthen basic education and primary healthcare services across the country. The Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senator Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, disclosed this during a courtesy visit by the International Monetary Fund IMF Mission Chief for Nigeria, Exel Shemipil, in Abuja on Tuesday. According to Senator Bagudu, the loan facility will improve financing availability and effectiveness for basic education and primary healthcare in all states of the Federation. The project also seeks to enhance transparency, accountability, and performance management in these critical sectors while commending the World Bank for its support. Bagudu emphasized the legal framework underpinning Nigeria's budgeting process. He noted that Chapter 5, Part 2, Section 122 of the Nigerian Constitution, as amended, allows federal and state governments to make expenditures for up to 6 months into a new fiscal year pending the passage of a new budget. He also highlighted the ongoing economic reforms initiated by the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. According to Bagudu, these reforms aim to develop and implement economic and tax policies that will ensure a more functional public financial management (PFM) system. Ogun State government has concluded plans to create clusters of not less than 100 hectares of cocoa to cocoa farmers in Ogun, East Senatorial District of the state. The State Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Security, Bolu Owotomo, who disclosed this at Ogbere Jebu East local government headquarters, said government will continue to assist farmers with inputs to boost their production. Fowora Adesonwo reports.
Walking the talk of Prince Dakwa Abiodun's administration to boost agricultural production and food security. It was a 3-in-1 event for the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security as its commissioner combs Ijebu East local government area, identifying with the struggling farmers and interfacing with them on how to wriggle out of the prevailing challenges facing them.
It is to my joy today when I heard the Honorable Commissioner that they have strategized and made sure that they are going to segregate a section, part of the the farm settlement for cocoa production.
The farmers are very happy seeing the Commissioner for Agric and the good things the government have been doing for them, in respect of the inputs and support, subsidized it of some materials.
We want to thank the Ogun State government, the Commissioner of Agriculture and Food Security in Ogun State, Honorable Bolu Owotomo. He's been doing a wonderful job since he came into office.
His first port of call was Idiogun Fish Farmers Cluster at Ijebu-Ife, where he interacted with the fish farmers and identified their needs, ranging from infrastructure to input and provision of solar pumps and electricity.
For fish farmers in Ogun State, there can be a better time for them because all fish farmers in Ogun State are beginning to enjoy a 30% discount on their feed. And we have just come to look at a fish cluster in Ijebu East that is benefiting from such gesture of the state government under the Ogtv program.
At Ogbere, the commissioner was briefed on the challenges of cocoa farmers as it relates to incessant clashes with forest guards on issues bordering on forest encroachment.
We realize that a lot of them fall into the forest reserve. We have come here to try to come to a solution whereby we will convert these cocoa farmers, these areas, to agricultural sites.
The Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Security, Ogun State, assured farmers that apart from input, constant support and welfare, government will demarcate existing cocoa farmlands in the forest reserves. Owotomo told them that the Ogun State government has also approved the purchase of tractors and other implements to enhance farming activities in the next farming season. Adefowura Adesanwo, Ogtv News.
Just as there is need for collective efforts to tackle the growing problem of sexual assault and violence, it is also essential to create supportive networks that is committed to creating an environment where survivors of gender-based violence are given the resources they need to heal and pursue justice across Ogun State. This was the submission of the wife of the state governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abeokuta, as she launched the Ijebu Sexual Assault Referral Center held in Igbeba. Ijebu Adirunke Oladele completes the report.
The Ogun State government has continued its effort to support vulnerable populations with the launch of the Sexual Assault Referral Center, SAC, in Ijebu. This new center is part of the Ogun State Economic Transformation Project, OSTEP, which is supported by the World Bank and represents a crucial step in addressing gender-based violence and offering comprehensive support to survivors in the state. Wife of Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abeokuta, noted that these centers play a vital role in helping victims of sexual violence by providing immediate access to medical care, psychological counseling, and legal support.
When people know that they're going to be cut off socially, they will abstain from such behavior, ensuring that survivors of sexual and gender-based violence receive care and justice no matter who they are.
Development partners present at the event called for multi-sectoral collaboration to effectively address gender-based violence.
Our commitment to creating a safer, more equitable society for all, this center stands as a beacon of hope and a testament to our resolve to protect and support survivors of gender-based violence.
This center, alongside the three others recently rehabilitated, represents our resolve to support survivors of sexual and gender-based violence with dignity, with care and professionalism.
The project cannot succeed being implemented only by one sector. This requires everybody to come together. So the various sectors
and even the community and all the leaders.
Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development in the state, Honorable Adijat Adeleye, expressed her excitement over the launch.
It's far more than a physical structure. It symbolizes hope, healing, and the triumph of resilience over adversity. It is a safe haven where survivors of sexual violence will find compassion, professional care, and the tools to reclaim their lives.
To ensure that the center is well equipped to provide high-quality services, SAC and gender officers have also undergone specialized training in critical areas to empower officers to effectively respond to cases of gender-based violence, adhering to global best practices. Adirunke Oladile, Ogtv News.
With state-of-the-art and modern facilities that could rival any one in the world already in place, Gateway International Airport has been certified ready for commercial operations by the regulatory bodies. This pass mark, as well as commendations for the high standard of airport, were given by the regulatory agencies comprising Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority, Nigeria Airspace Management Agency, and Nigeria Meteorological Agency during the inspection of the control tower and other key operational areas of the airport. Matthew Shulmi completes the report.
They came with a checklist of the expectations and standards that must be met in line with the international practice before the Ogun Gateway International Airport could be certified for commercial operations. The officials of the regulatory agencies comprising Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority, Nigeria Airspace Management Agency, and Nigeria Meteorological Agency were more than impressed with the quality of the facilities already in place and the level of readiness of the airport for full commercial operations.
The tower we made before was not exactly what we are seeing today. The tower currently we are watching is to the level of any other tower international. The work done by the state government is very tremendous, and there is an accolade for that. We at CAA, we are happy with what we have seen.
No, in compliance with the directive issued by the MD NAMA, Engineer Umar Farouk, that we should inspect equipment if the equipment will meet the requirement for the provision of air traffic services. What we've seen so far today is encouraging, and just little gap to be closed. But for safety provision of air traffic services, the airport is ready.
It is not just a momentous occasion for an administration with an agenda of transformation, but a historical moment for the people of Ogun State as the project that will change the narrative of the state and open it to the rest of the world is given a nod to commence full commercial operations by the regulatory agencies. Senior Project Manager of Cranborg, the construction company, Nicholas Infrared, and other experts in charge of the actualization of the airport project said the state has achieved a milestone which everyone in the state should be proud of.
As we are now about the progress, I can say we are about 95 to 97, 98%. Now on the control room on the control tower, facing on the back, the runway, the 100% done. Also for the fire station, also 100% done. Even for the cargo warehouse and the temporary terminal building, 100%.
All the people that matters are here to confirm and to make sure that we have regulatory requirements, and if there's any shortfall, that we can bridge up the shortfall.
In order for us to get to the point where we can start operating licensed operation, we have to go through this phase, which is getting the control tower fully approved by the relevant authorities.
Ogun State Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure, Engineer Ade Akintoye, described it as a good outcome of commitment and dedication to the realization of the dream of an airport that can meet any world standard.
Temporary terminal was what we are using. Now if you go out, you see the permanent terminal, probably one of the best looking terminal in Nigeria or at least West Africa. And the same thing with the tower also. So generally overall, I think we are coming towards the end of construction and moving into the phase of commercial operation. But overall, the observation from both NAMA, NCA, NIMET is we are good to go.
The thought of the repositioning of the state to assume the position of one of the economic hubs of not just Nigeria, but the entire West Africa being given a full expression. Matthew Showme, Ogtv News.
If you are just joining us, you are watching Ogtv News at 8. Still ahead, ECOWAS Commission's president calls for renewed commitment amid regional challenges. More news and reports when we return. Stay with us.
Let me ask you a question. What's holding you back? Is it the pressure of your job? The demands of your education, or your ability to connect with the world? Is it access to the right information? Are you lost? Is it your location, or where you live, or how far you are away from the opportunities? Maybe it's your language, your culture, or your traditions. Again, I ask you, what's holding you back?
Unlimited data from Airtel 5G Smart Connect. Whoever, wherever you are, stay connected. Stay limitless. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Welcome back. The Senate has declared the seat of Governor Monday Okpebholo vacant. The Senate also urged the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to conduct a by-election to fill the vacancy. The seat of Okpebholo, who represented Edo Central Senatorial District, became vacant following his election and inauguration as the governor of Edo State last month. Senate President Godswill Akpabio made the declarations after a valedictory session for Okpebholo organized by the Senate. Akpabio urged the governor to keep his legacy of good works as he carries out his duties as governor of Edo State. The president of the Economic Community of West African State ECOWAS Commission, Dr. Ali Omar Toure, has urged member states to recommit to the core values of the regional body. Toure made this appeal during the 53rd meeting of the Mediation and Security Council of ECOWAS held in Abuja and chaired by Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tugal. Speaking at the event, Toure emphasized the need to address ongoing challenges and strengthen the region's unity, describing the meeting as both reflective and forward-looking. He expressed concern over the fragmentation of ECOWAS following the decision of Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger Republic to formally request withdrawal from the bloc. Toure lamented that this development cast a shadow over ECOWAS achievements as it prepares to mark its 50th anniversary next year. The meeting is expected to strategize on preserving the integrity of the regional body while addressing security and political issues that affect member states. As part of efforts to ensure fiscal responsibilities and strengthening the state's financial stability, Ogun State Internal Revenue Service kicked off an enforcement exercise to recover outstanding tax liabilities. Balaji Sampson was with the enforcement team who visited companies across the state. Her report.
The Ogun State Internal Revenue Service embarked on a comprehensive enforcement exercise targeting all revenue streams to recover outstanding tax liabilities and boost government revenue. The enforcement effort kick-started since Monday, 2nd December 2024, assigned to ensure full compliance with payment of consumption taxes, payee, withholding taxes, back duty liabilities. Tax Office Manager Okimoson Adewale Adelani made it known that the exercise aims to recover all unpaid tax obligations owed to the state government, significantly contributing to the state's financial resources.
Making sure that people that have not made payment are making their outstanding payment. There are people that have back duty and liability, and we have to ensure they make the payment. And those that are supposed to pay their monthly remittance, we ensure that they also remit as at when due. This is an area where the Internal Revenue is having zero tolerance for non-remittance of taxes. So we are all out. One, we are ensuring that people are making payment. Two, we are also creating an awareness so that people can do what we call voluntary compliance.
He emphasized that the enforcement operation would span all local government of the state. He called upon tax defaulters to promptly remit all outstanding tax liabilities through the agency's website or by visiting any of the tax stations located across the state.
How to do is to ensure that they make payment. Where they do not make payment, we'll have a power under the law to restrain activity in such organization. So it's a responsibility from the part of the government and the part of the corporate organization to also pay their taxes so that government can do what they needed to do for the citizenry.
The agency encourages cooperation from citizens and businesses to facilitate a seamless and efficient recovery process. Bolaji Samson, Ogtv News.
Abeokuta Sports Club will induct 64 new members as part of activities marking its 120 years anniversary. According to the president, Sheni Ogunyemi, the anniversary is coming up between Friday 13th and Sunday 15th December 2024. Ayodeji Tomoriolomi has the details of the report.
Abeokuta Sports Club since 1904, we are one Anabi family.
This gathering is organized by the executive members of Abeokuta Sports Club to intimate the public on activities lined up to celebrate the 120 years of existence of the club. Speaking at the press conference, the president, Prince Sheni Ogunyemi, revealed that 2 landmark projects will be commissioned to commemorate the anniversary.
The projects are total renovation of 4 blocks of our old chalets and construction of befitting canteen to serve our chalet needs, especially at night. We have also refurbished club bus for smooth operations and for easy participation in sporting tournaments within the state and outside the state.
As an administration that believes in contributing a quota to the development of sporting activities, the club expressed its readiness to collaborate with Ogun State government on the upcoming National Sports Festival.
The club has played host to some of the games during the 2006 Gateway Games, and we are also ready to play our part in the 2024 National Sports Festival, as the main organizing committee has visited to inspect our facilities this year in preparation for the games starting from January.
Jumat service will be held at Ibarra Housing Estate Central Mosque on Friday, 13th of December. Interclubs competition is expected to hold same day. At 7:30 a.m., there will be a trek on Saturday, 14th December, to commemorate the 120 years anniversary, while commissioner of projects and induction of new members will follow at 1:30 p.m. On Sunday, 15th of December, a Thanksgiving service at All Souls Anglican Church, Ibarra, wraps up the activities. Ayodeji Tomori Olumi, Ogtv News.
Members of the Nigerian Union of Journalists Ogun State Council embarked on health walk from Iwero to Kiliwa, Abeokuta as part of the activities to mark this year's NUJ Press Week. Addressing members during the health walk, the chairman, Ogun State Council NUJ, Comrade Wali Olanrewaju, urged members of the union to always engage in physical exercise to improve their health. Olaide Oloye completes the report.
To ensure the well-being of journalists in the state and its recognition of the benefit of regular exercise as a way of reducing the risk of health challenges, the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Ogun State Council, held its annual health walk as part of the activities of the Press Week. The physical exercise, which was the third in its series, kicked off from Iwerui through Omida Road to Okeilewu and ended back at Iwerui, was meant to maintain and increase the fitness of members of the council. The chairman, Ogun State Council, NUJ, Comrade Wali Olanrewaju, noted that the health workout is part of the corporate social responsibility to sensitize the members and general public.
This was a year for us to unwind, for us to interact, exchange ideas, and also relate with ourselves after a very tedious year. I want to also charge us as journalists to ensure that we discharge our responsibilities as expected of us. It is our role to set agenda. It's our role to serve as watchdogs.
The more than an hour walk was awesome as participants relishes in delight and fulfillment.
We ended after spending exactly 1 hour 21 minutes covering about 22 kilometers without any casualty. So this is great. And we completed the journey with a very sound heart, sound mind, and sound body.
And we all enjoy the trek. It is just a signal that we should embark at least 30 minutes trek in a day for a better good health.
The work is also promised on the need to engage in regular exercise and observe an healthy routine that will promote healthy lifestyle and wellness regularly, as it will reduce significant risk of having chronic health challenges. Olaide Oloye, Ogtv News.
BBHS 7984, the eminent come together once more. Mark your calendars for December 11th to 15th, 2024 in Abeokuta as we reunite for days filled with laughter, memories, and meaning. Back to where we all began, Abeokuta, here we are, home again. Kicking off with the meet and greet, then we converge on BBHS for the official opening ceremony, borehole commissioning, and career talks on Thursday, December 12th. There will also be medical outreach for those with medical challenges between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. at the school premises. Then on Friday, Jumat prayers and an adventurous visit to Olumo Rock. And Saturday, the grand finale at Conference Hotel with special guests Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Governor Dapo Abiodun, Aroyo Father, the Alake and paramount ruler of Egba land, and the guest speaker, Professor Folashade Ogunshola, Vice Chancellor, University of Lagos, under the chairmanship of Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. We'll wrap it up with a Thanksgiving service on Sunday, December 15th. Dress in your finest and join us in celebrating the journey of the eminent. 40 years of memories, 40 years of pride. BBHS 7984, standing side by side. BBHS 7984, the eminent, back together and better than ever. Nulli secundus, second to none.
As a means to protect the lives and property of the people, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) has deployed 2,750 officers across the state to engage other stakeholders for the Yuletide. The Ogun State Commandant, Remi Adekundayo, made this known during a meeting held at the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) Kobakwe, Ogun State. Our reporter, Ikem Ago, has a report.
Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps had its in-house training to create awareness by working with other security agencies in the state during the Yuletide season, as criminals use the avenue to penetrate and vandalize the properties of the citizens. The Ogun State Commandant, Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps, Commandant Remi Ekundayo, in a speech, assured that the lives and property of the people will be secured.
The driving recklessly, I'm sure our brothers or our other security agencies which we partner with, the road safety, will be in charge of that. But we will also support, since we also be on the highway while we are protecting the national assets and infrastructure, we will also collaborate with them and make sure that the highway is safe during the Yuletide period.
She also said security personnel are on the lookout for criminals who indulge in pilfering of national assets and infrastructure.
Through surveillance